Hollywood has long showed an obsession with Area 51.
Welcome to Earth.
From aliens to UFOs, it helped fuel a perception that the government has been holding on to top secret information about this remote facility in the Nevada desert.
They said it was a myth. They said it was just a desert, but the CIA finally admitted Area 51 is real, and now declassified documents may reveal that what's happening there is bigger, darker, and stranger than we ever imagined. For decades, Area 51 has been the crown jewel of American secrecy, cloaked in denial and shielded by endless desert. Located near Groom Lake in southern Nevada, this patch of parched land has fueled the wildest conspiracy theories known to man, from alien spacecraft being dissected in underground hangars to shadowy reverse engineering programs trying to unlock interstellar propulsion. But until 2013, the US government wouldn't even admit it existed. Not a word, not a whisper. Then came the crack. Under pressure from Freedom of Information Act requests submitted by intelligence historian Jeffrey T. Richelson, the CIA released a trove of documents acknowledging for the first time that Area 51 was in fact real. These documents trace the origins of the site back to 1955, when it was selected as a remote testing ground for the Lockheed U-2 spy plane, a project so secret that its pilots were told to identify commercial airliners as weather balloons if seen. The U-2 could fly at altitudes no aircraft had reached before, and the need for secrecy was paramount during the Cold War. But what really ignited the public imagination wasn't just the spy planes or the Cold War context. It was what the documents didn't say. Entire pages were redacted, names, locations, and technologies were blacked out, and within those gaps, suspicions grew like weeds. People began to question, if this is what they're finally admitting now, what are they still hiding? From there, the legend of Area 51 only deepened. Yes, we now knew it was real. Yes, we knew they tested advanced aircraft, but the sheer volume of eyewitness reports, strange sightings, and unexplained phenomena in the region seemed to suggest that there was much more going on.
The locus of this is Area 51.
But if you're looking to gain insight into aliens or spaceships, but it's likely to cause more fascination about this mythical place.
I think any document that comes out about Area 51 stirs up the pot of intrigue.
Over the years, numerous whistleblowers, anonymous and otherwise, came forward to claim that Area 51 was home to far more than cutting-edge jets. They spoke of secret tunnels, deep underground bunkers, and hangars containing objects not made on this Earth. And then there was Bob Lazar. In 1989, Lazar appeared on television with Las Vegas journalist George Knapp and claimed that he had worked at a facility known as S4, located just south of Area 51.
Say how the others operated. At one time, and only one time, the bay doors between the hangars were all open, and I could see all the way through. They were all different. There was some paperwork that indicated that this was from the Zeta Reticuli star system.
According to Lazar, S4 was where the government stored and attempted to reverse engineer alien spacecraft. He described 9 saucer-like craft, each powered by a reactor using an element that didn't exist on the periodic table at the time. Element 115. Lazar claimed that this element, when properly stabilized, could generate a gravity wave, a propulsion system vastly superior to anything on Earth. His story was met with a mix of fascination and ridicule. Government agencies denied he ever worked for them. His academic records were mysteriously absent, yet the things he described, the biometric scanners, the anti-gravity engines, the layout of the site, would later be corroborated by others. And Element 115? It was synthesized in 2003 by Russian scientists and officially added to the periodic table as Moscovium. Lazar was discredited, but never entirely dismissed. His tale struck a chord, because even if some of it was false, there was a lingering sense that he knew something that someone didn't want the public to know. Meanwhile, the declassified documents continued to trickle out. The U-2 was just the beginning. Area 51 also hosted the A-12 Oxcart, the predecessor to the SR-71 Blackbird, a plane capable of reaching speeds over Mach 3. Then came the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first true stealth fighter, invisible to radar and shaped like something out of science fiction. The development of these aircraft explains many of the UFO sightings reported over Nevada during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But even these explanations don't tell the whole story. The newly released documents, while confirming the testing of high-speed, high high-altitude aircraft also contain references to experimental propulsion systems, technologies with no public analog, and aircraft configurations that have never been seen. They mention unknown subcontractors, private firms with classified contracts, and projects whose budgets and objectives remain sealed to this day. Some documents contain vague references to non-conventional aerodynamics and adaptive camouflage. Others discuss test flights that were scrubbed from official logs, runways that don't appear on maps, and aircraft that made no noise. Even more unsettling are the consistent reports of military personnel and scientists working at the site who are not listed on any government registry. Former workers have anonymously told journalists and researchers that the base employs not just Air Force pilots and engineers, but physicists, exobiologists, and linguists. Some claim these specialists are brought in to study materials and beings recovered from crash sites that the government still refuses to acknowledge. And then there's the security. Area 51 isn't just off limits. It's heavily fortified. Surveillance cameras track every movement near the border. Motion sensors are buried in the surrounding hills. Signs warn that deadly force is authorized. There are no fences, just miles of barren wasteland leading to invisible lines that, if crossed, could end your life. Witnesses have reported being tailed by unmarked vehicles for miles, even when approaching from legal routes. In 2019, a joke Facebook event called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, went viral, drawing millions of curious followers and thousands of actual visitors to the tiny town of Rachel, Nevada. While no one breached the perimeter, the event highlighted just how powerful and enduring the mythos around Area 51 really is. But the mystery isn't just about UFOs anymore. In recent years, the Pentagon has openly acknowledged the existence of UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. In a 2021 report, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence confirmed that 144 encounters with UAPs had been reported by military personnel, many of which displayed flight characteristics that defy current understanding of physics. These craft accelerated at impossible speeds, made 90-degree turns, and hovered without visible propulsion. While Area 51 was not explicitly mentioned in the report, many believe that some of the footage, including the now famous Tic Tac video, was analyzed or even replicated within the confines of the base. So what is the CIA still hiding? Is Area 51 simply a cutting-edge aviation lab, or is it something more? Are we witnessing the slow, deliberate disclosure of information once considered too destabilizing for public knowledge? And if so, what's next? Advanced aircraft is one thing, but what if Lazar was right? What if somewhere in that desert, locked behind biometric doors and buried under hundreds of feet of reinforced earth, lies technology that isn't human at all? We may never know, or we may be on the verge of finding out. One thing is clear, every time the government admits something about Area 51, it only raises more questions than it answers. The truth is still sealed away, redacted in black ink, buried under layers of clearance and decades of denial. But the cracks are starting to show, so what do you believe? Is Area 51 a high-tech military playground, or the cover story for something the world isn't ready to face? Did Bob Lazar stumble onto the truth, or was he part of a deeper misdirection? Are the lights in the sky just test flights, or the first contact we've already made? Tell us your theory in the comments. We want to hear the wildest, craziest, and most convincing takes out there. And if this story had you glued to the screen, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're diving deep into government cover-ups, declassified secrets, and the world's most chilling mysteries. Because sometimes the truth isn't just out there. Sometimes it's locked behind a blast door, guarded by armed patrols, and written in a classified file stamped eyes only, and that truth might finally be leaking out.